Now, speaking of portraits, this is probably the most famous portrait of all time. It's painted by Leonardo da Vinci, and the title of the piece is called Mona Lisa, because her name was Lisa. I'm going to show you examples of work done by students over the years, all taken from the same drawing exercise that we're going to use today, but different interpretations. And these were all done with oil pastels to give it a painterly look, which is really nice. Look at all the different sizes and shapes and colors. You get to color this any way you like after we do the drawing exercise. You can see how wonderful these are. A modern background. All right. This is all going to start with a simple line drawing, a directed drawing exercise for you today. So let's see how we do with this. Okay, let's give it a try. You'll need a piece of paper on a vertical orientation, and you can draw this with a Sharpie if you like, or you might want to use a dark or black oil pastel, a dark pen, a dark pencil, or a dark crayon, and then fill it in with any of the art supplies that you have. It's entirely up to you. Okay, let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is draw a border. That won't make it so intimidating. It's rather a large piece of paper. This would be her frame, our portrait frame. Okay. Now on the top half of that, we're going to start at the top of Mona Lisa's head with the part of her hair. Remember, this is a directed drawing exercise. You just follow along as best you can. They're all going to look different. It's the nature of this kind of exercise. That's her face. In fact, let's put on the eyes so you can see. Here's her nose, the little crooked nose. And then an eye, two eyes, ovals. This is funny, isn't it? There. Now, what makes Mona Lisa unique is that Da Vinci painted what she was thinking, and she had a funny little smile on her face that you could do it that way. Remember, they're all different. All right, now here's her neck. She has too much of a pointy chin, but that's the way it's going to be on this one. There. Now, let's go back into the top of her head and draw her hairline, and it's sitting on her shoulder, so there's her hair. And then let's do the other side. It can come from that straight line that you started with, around her face. It's going to sit on her shoulder, and go back over the shoulder, which we'll draw later. And remember, if we're going too fast, just pause your video and pick up. And they're all going to look differently from mine. That's the nature of this kind of exercise, so don't worry about it. All right, and then from her hair, we're going to do the top part of her dress, and you bring that to sort of an open point there. Let's do the top neck of her dress. And then from here, we're going to draw a line that's going to be her sleeve and a curve. I'm going to stick her hand out of this. This is pretty funny. Now remember, the hands are all going to look differently. I think she's got 5 fingers showing on this one. Oh, that's kind of funny. It looks like a claw. All right, now behind that hand is another hand, and this I think only has 4 fingers showing, so we'll do that. And then bring that hand up behind the first one, and here's her sleeve that's going to go all the way down to the bottom of that border frame. And then this one, make an oval behind her hand. Remember, pause to get caught up, it's no problem. And then take the end of that sleeve, skip, skip, skip behind her fingers and down to the bottom of the page also. And let's add a few bends in the cloth of her sleeve. And then let's come up and do her sleeve, which also has a few little bends, and then go off the page. And then it's full of fabric, so let's do that extra line there. Phew, almost there. Now this sleeve, oh, I forgot to finish her hand. This sleeve is going to have a little crease in it also, and bring that up to her hair. And add a little extra piece of fabric here, and then the shoulder can come down and off the page. Let's add a little bit of a line here. Let's just make more fabric. There, it's that simple. Now let's add a little bit of she has a slight decoration on her chest. Phew, that's our Mona Lisa for today. Now you are welcome to add, background. What's weird about this is Da Vinci had sort of a different layers of background, like should have been carried across here, but he takes it up here. It makes it kind of interesting. I think there's a lake here too, or a river. All right, you can fill that in any way you want. I want to remind you of what we saw earlier. Look at blue hair, funny hands, modern background, shaded blue face. You could do that. Lots of shapes and colors that are all different. It's up to you. There's no right or wrong. This is just a fun exercise in drawing, and you can fill it in any way you want. They're all just delightful. Look at the shapes and colors in there. I want you to just have fun with this. We're all coming from the same directed drawing, but you fill it in any way you want. Here's our little Mona Lisa. Okay, that's it for today. Bye-bye.